Now, let's enter into another conversation. We'll be speaking to a man who wears many hats and who has been in the space, in the ministry space. He sings, he's an author. I don't know why he wants to do all these things. Plenty things, only one man. But he is in studio with us. He's a bishop, and that is Bishop Joe Kwapong, who is an author and a singer. Let's have conversation with him. Let's know who he is. There are some books that he's written. We would enter into details of the books. What went into the thoughts when the writing was being done, among other things. Bishop, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Thank you for having me.
We are grateful for having you as well. But first of all, who is Bishop Joe Kwapong?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, very.
5 things I would say. Number 1, I'm a son, the son of my mom and dad. My mother is quite known, you know, Mrs. Agnes Rita Kwapong. She actually, I believe, had a while back, used to, you know, call into the station because we do have some friends, you know, on this station. I am also a brother to 2 other brothers and 3 sisters. So there's 6 of us in the family. I'm also a husband. I'm married to 1 wife for over 30 years.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, she lives with me in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm also a friend. You know, I like to consider myself as a friend. And lastly, I'm a servant. You know, all those things that you talked about, the bottom line is I want to serve my generation, serve humanity, you know, and anything I can do to make this world a better place than I met it, you know. So that's basically that's how I describe myself.
I've heard of your mom, Mama Kwapong, who calls into This Is Your Day on City 97.3 FM every morning. Well, that's an interesting one. But growing up, did you ever think you were going to be a bishop, you were going to be an author, you were going to be a singer?
That's a very interesting question. No, I didn't.
So what do you think you were going to be then?
Man, I just wanted to have money, you know what I mean? Just make money. Money was my motivation, but I would say, I mean, many people have played a role in my life, you know, and my older brother, Bishop Eric Kwapong.
Yeah, Eric Kwapong, yeah.
Yes. Quite a household name. At a tender age, he took us in, you know, talk about worship, music, all of that. So that's when all of that developed, you know. Also, talking about my mom and dad, there's something that I do, Life Givers, which is philanthropic work. Once a year, we come to Ghana. You know, we're probably, you know, I'm here to push that too. So hopefully we can get time.
We get into it as well.
Yes. But that also is something that I inherited both from my mom and dad, as well as my wife, also from her, you know, parents' side, because, you know, we grew up with that type of influence where you have to learn to share your bread and be nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you've been a bishop for how many years?
I was consecrated as a bishop in 2002, 23 years.
23 years?
Yes, 23 years. I may not look, you know, that young, but, well, I'm on the 6th floor. Let's just say I'm on the 6th floor.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, indeed. Recently I turned, you know, I got onto the 6th floor, and
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Not too many people live to be 60.
True.
So
very.
Yeah.
Very. But with that, now you are a bishop, you are an author, you are a singer. Before we enter into that, tell us more about the Life Givers Mission.
Okay. Life Givers Missions was birthed 15 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia. I used to go to college in North Carolina, and then I moved from North Carolina to Atlanta. And my wife and I, we took a ride through downtown Atlanta, and you will not believe how many people were sleeping on the bridges and in card boxes in the USA, you know. So the homeless population in Atlanta was staggering, okay? Obviously, when we saw it, we went back home, cleaned our refrigerator, you know, all the food we had in there, We put them together. You know, people like cheese in America. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So we did all that, and then went back downtown. We have some pictures. I mean, if you go to our website.
I can see some of the pictures on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we had people line up, and
That's it. People
yes,
lining up.
Yes, that's right there. You know, people line up for food.
Wow.
Believe it or not, the U.S. of A. Excuse me. So we get the chance to pray with them as well. You know, give them the gospel and all that. So that's 15 years ago. That's how Life Givers was birthed officially.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's still going on.
In the last 5 years, at the advent of COVID-19, I had visited Ghana, and the day I landed, I want to say the last day in February, and then in March we had the shutdown. If you remember, the COVID broke, and everything was shut down. So nothing was moving, and then I saw that there was a need for hand sanitizers, face masks, and all that. So we organized from the U.S. and we had some funds, so we purchased all that and went to Choco.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, Choco.
Choco, where we held our first international mission. You know, that was birthed by accident based on COVID. So each year after COVID, that's the year 2020, I think it was 29 or 19 or 20, can't remember. We have made it a point to come here once a year. We've been to Choco, we've been to Jamestown.
Yeah, Jamestown.
We've been
Cool.
to La Apapa.
Oh, La Papa.
Yeah,
In the
you know,
La,
the La Papa
yeah.
Enclave.
Yeah.
Yes. And this year we're going to Teshi Salem.
Okay, Teshi Salem, yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's a very popular spot, you know, where we plan to do health screening for 2,000 people.
Oh, beautiful.
And to feed, you know, as well, you know.
Wow.
So that's Life Givers, and that's like our heart.
But the way you've been able to start it elsewhere in the US, and you've brought it back down to Ghana. I want to find out from you, did you grow in Ghana?
Absolutely. I was born and raised in Ghana. I went to the best school in Ghana, by the way. Can
Which
you
school?
guess?
Which school?
Come on, it's in Legon, that Legon.
Oh, Presec. You're a Presecan.
Yes,
Oh, that
I
year.
am. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I kind of left early, you know, right shortly after Form 5, which would be somewhere around 84.
Okay.
Yeah, I left to go to the United Kingdom. I was there for about 7 years. And then in the last 30 years, I've been in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, but born and raised, what I ball, what I soccer, what I know.
Oh, you are Ghana?
Oh, Ghana, bola, yes.
But you really don't look like a Ghana. So
I
would
don't.
say, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay, I'm half Ghana.
You have Ghana.
I claim half Ghana.
Have Ghana.
I been there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I grew up in Accra. My mom is Ashanti, Akan. My dad is half Equapim, half Ghana from Osu.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
yes.
We thought maybe you stayed or you spent all your life
no.
in the U.S. or
no.
elsewhere.
No.
Now let's come to being a bishop before we move to you being an author and you being a singer.
Okay.
Which of the three came first?
Musician.
Oh.
Musician. I play keyboard, I play bass, I write songs. I don't know if you've heard of International Central Gospel Church,
Yes.
ICGC.
Yes, ICGC, yeah.
That was birthed about
Mensa
40,
Otabil.
Dr. Otabil, yes.
Dr. Mensa
About
Otabil.
41 years ago. But prior to Central, we had my brother, my older brother, Bishop Eric Kwapong, who is a household name when it comes to worship and music and all that. So he had what you call Judah Praise International, which was a para-church organization. We ministered in different places, brought music, you know, prayed, had crusades, etc. And so that's how the love for music. My father was a musician too, you know, he played, yes. And so I was a musician first. I learned how to play the guitar, then the drums, then the bass guitar, all in at Judah Praise and ICGC. Yes. So moving on from being a musician, about 23 years ago, after I had served in the pastorate for a while, because I pastored in Cape Coast, ICGC.
Cape
well,
Coast.
I kind of helped one of the pastors. I was the music pastor then in Cape Coast. This would be 85, 86.
1985,
1985, 86. Were you in the
Oh,
world
no, no,
yet?
no, no, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what was happening then. And then finally in 88, I moved out of, Ghana. And still in the pastorate, still doing pastoral work, doing music, leadership, all of that. Then the idea hit me. You can be everywhere at once telling your story. You can be everywhere at once telling your story. So you have to put that knowledge in a book. So
you shot it where?
This was in Atlanta.
It's Atlanta, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This was in Atlanta.
Okay,
This was the latest single that I put out. It's
we will definitely listen to it, so maybe the producers can get it ready.
Okay.
Later on in the show, we will
Okay.
definitely listen
Sure.
to that one. Yes.
Sure.
We were talking about ICGC and all that.
Right. So it was love for music. It was the pastoral work. Then it was writing books, writing music. Then 23 years ago, I was consecrated as a bishop in, where was it? It was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
That's my journey. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. But how has the journey been as a bishop?
Okay. I know there's a lot that hangs around being a bishop.
Yeah.
And the scriptures talks about the book of First Timothy. There are other passages that talk about anyone who desires the office of a bishop. There are some things you have to meet. Husband of one wife, apt to teach, etc., etc. To tell you the truth, being a bishop is not shrouded with all. I mean, it's not mysterious. It's not mysterious because the scripture says if you desire to become an office, the office of a bishop, it's an office. Okay, just like a pastor is an office, just like an evangelist is an office. You are accountable and responsible to a body. You have to be part of a body. You have to walk circumspect. Some things you have to do. But the biggest thing about being a bishop, other than being an overseer, is to be a servant. I call it a glorified servant. There's a reason why we put on all those different robes and, the hat and all these things. They are symbols for stuff that we have to remember that we serve the flock of Christ. So it's nothing to be puffed about, nothing to walk around the room like I'm the most important person. No, it's about being a servant, So I don't know if I answered your question fully.
You did.
Yes,
You
sir.
did.
Yes,
You
sir.
did. So now coming to the music bit as well as a singer, how many songs do you have to your name?
Back in the 70s, late 70s into 80s, when we were doing music, we were not big on recording per se, especially in the days of ICGC. You would play the music, it would be out there, worship and all that, until my brother led the team, did one recording, the main, like a worship session. For a long time, I'd played session for people. Even while I was in England, I played for Jamaican bands.
The session, is that what you call shabu?
I guess so. Yeah. Back in my day, it was session. Yeah. Because like I remember on a Sunday, and I'll come to your question, how many? I'll answer that. I go to church on a Sunday. I see there's a need. People need musicians. Somebody to play the keys. And if you can play and sing like I did, then the demand is even stronger.
Yeah, high.
So I would, because I wasn't committed to a particular church, I would play on a service, once the worship and praise is over, I'll move on to another church. And then help them out, do what I have to do, etc. So it came to a time I was playing about 4 or 5 different churches.
Yes, on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
So you leave home at what time?
Well, I mean, as early as 6:30.
And you go back home at what time?
At evening, because there was another church that had an evening service.
Wow.
Which I would go play for.
And you were paid for all that? Or you weren't actually interested in the payment?
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that. She can't.
Yeah,
Money's
she can't
good.
lay here.
Yeah, all that. It helps you to get
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was a little different though. We didn't demand money before we played.
Yeah.
You were blessed. You know, you be giving stipends for your transportation and stuff like that. I remember in the 80s, I used to have like 20 pounds. You know, nobody
Wow.
would play for 20 pounds today or 40 pounds. But that was back in England.
Yeah.
You know, and then I decided, you know what, I can't be at all these different places at once. So we formed a team where we would go into the churches and train musicians. And that really helped to, you know, meet that need.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
You are a bishop, you are a singer, you play instrument and all that. You qualify to answer this question. There's been an argument that church workers should not be paid, as saying the organist, the drummer, the drummers and all that. What do you make of that?
I came here to promote life givers.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely talk about that. Anyway, yes,
I'll say something. I'll say something
okay.
to that. I'll say, because believe it or not, in the 80s, we had the same problem. I remember it was, I can't remember the exact year, but I know it was in the 80s. We played at church and we were not paid to play. The younger generation is more feisty. They're more, you know, they speak their minds rather, you know, much more than we did. But here's the thing. If you go back to the Old Testament, where we talked about the singers, I think it's 1 Chronicles chapter 5. You go into verse 20, where it talks about 120 musicians, trumpeters, and all these different, you know, musicians who were of Asaph and Jeduthun, etc. The Levites were priests as well. They were part of the priesthood. They didn't work. They didn't have a job, you know, like a regular job. So they were paid. They were taken care of.
Oh.
Absolutely. Go check the scriptures. So to say you, especially when you have musicians who spend time to perfect their craft, they put time, they practice, they, you know, they excel in their talent. Maybe they're married, maybe they have a young family. Even if they don't, you need money to move. So it's absolutely nothing wrong with paying musicians. It's quite a different story in the U.S. If you don't play, we're not paying.
Oh.
If you don't pay, we're not playing.
We're not playing, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's it in the U.S. If you don't pay, we are not playing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, the U.S. is crazy. I mean, musicians they're paid staff. You have to put them on you know, on your payroll. Yes. So should musicians be paid? I would pay a musician, but I'll expect quality out of you.
Beautiful.
I'm not going to pay you when you can't play well, you know. So yes, pay and let them play well. Let them have skill. Psalms 33, play skillfully. Verse 3, play skillfully to the Lord. So skill is important. Spend time on your craft. And, you know, the pastor is a priest, so is the musician, especially the dedicated one. So yeah, pay them.
This is an interesting one. So briefly, you said you tell us the number of songs you have. Then we now move to you as an author.
Okay. I want to say that in the last few years, I've put out 5 singles. I'm currently working on a single that should have been released, you know, this Christmas, but we moved it to January.
Okay.
There is a young man, Zola. You know, Zola used to work with Zap Mallet.
Zap Mallet.
Yes, you know Zap, right? Yes, back in the day. And he is my go-to guy.
Oh, nice.
You know, I pick up the phone, I call him from the U.S., and he makes it happen. So that's my boss when it comes to music. Recording, yes, and all of that. So yes, 5 singles in the last few years, you know, couple years, and another one that's brewing that will be released soon.
Wow, interesting.
Yes, sir.
You as an author, now tell us the books you've written. How many books do you have to your name?
There's a difference between published books and books.
Okay.
For every sermon that I have preached in the last 20 plus years, because I was trained on how to preach, You know, I went to college to learn how to preach. They told us when you make a presentation, you have to have a title, a text, a theme, introduction, the body, then your conclusion. So I always write my sermons in that manner. And once you have that format, you can develop it into a book. So if there are 52 Sundays in a year, and you preach for 1 year and you do that properly, you have 52 books.
Oh.
Yes. I'm not talking about haphazard preaching. I'm talking about a well thought out idea where you write out, you know, your sermon and all of that. So do the math. It's quite a bit. You know, it's quite a bit. If I go into my laptop, I have several. That's why I said when it comes to published books, it's only those 3 I've put out.
So maybe if we could help, is this one the father factor, the key the world forgot about? Tell us details about this book.
Right. This is the father factor. You know, in the United States, and in fact in the world, fathers are marginalized. Fathers are almost extinct. It's hard to find a father. It's hard to find a father who tells his son or daughter, I love you.
Yeah.
You know, affirmation. So I noticed that in the U.S., they have problems. We have challenges with race when it comes to race and racism. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
racism, yeah.
But I discovered that fatherlessness was even a greater problem. You know, the absence of a father. There are so many statistics that when children who become promiscuous is because of an absent father. Children who drop out of school is because there's no father in the house to help steer them. We're always going to have the love of a mother, but fathers, something we need. And so based on all that, and by the leading of the Spirit, of course, with statistics, I came up on a story about the prodigal son. And in the prodigal son, I know we tell the story about the son and how he was wayward and what have you, but I looked it up from the perspective of the father. The son went out and he did all kinds of crazy things. Now, if it was my father and you went out and spent his money and did all these crazy things, I mean, you are going to go through some butt tear. I mean, yes, lashes. It will, but my apology.
Yeah.
But when
You're
the
a gun,
son,
so it's understandable.
all right. So when the son returned home, there are 3 things the father did.
Okay.
The scripture says the father saw his son from afar off. Okay. The ability to see your son when they are afar, when they are off the mark, is one of the qualities of a true father. The son had messed up, but he saw him. And the Bible also said that he ran and met his son.
Yeah.
Ona, for my dad, he will love you, or any other dad, they will love you, but you will receive some strokes.
Yeah.
But this father ran and met his son. And 3, he embraced his son, he fell on his neck and he kissed him. These are affirmations. These are, you know what, it's like, I know you messed up, I still love you.
Yeah.
You're still my son, you know. And then also the scripture says he put a ring on his finger. When you see a person with a ring, what does that say? This person is out of bounds. You can't mess with him, you know. So the father put ownership on the son. I love you, you're my son regardless. 2 other things the father did was the pronouncement, what he said. He told his son, he said, you were lost, but now you're found. The things a father says to his son or his daughter will build some type of confidence in them. So the father said, I know you were lost, but now you're found. It was positive. He didn't dwell on the fact that you are no good. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. All the words that ideally the father who is broken would have said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he chose to affirm the son. And thirdly, are we good?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Thirdly, the provision. Okay, what did he provide for his son? He provided a ring. He also threw a party for the son. You know, so it's the posture of the father. is the pronouncement of the Father, and is the provision of a Father. That is what this book
So
is
this
in a
book
nutshell.
really talks about the importance of a father
Yes,
in a
sir.
child's life.
And it gives a lot of statistics too, based on U.S. Census Bureau.
Wow.
And yeah, the effect.
That's interesting. There was another book quickly that you had, this one, The Journey Through the Rearview Mirror,
Right.
and Immigrant Story. Is it you?
That's me.
Tell us quickly, what is in this book?
Okay. Before I leave, I'm going to donate some to this place.
Beautiful.
Maybe 10 copies.
Okay, so people can.
So people can.
Yeah.
The first 10 can have it, you know,
Beautiful.
as a
Okay.
complimentary.
Yeah.
Beyond the 10, let them send me a seed, like they say, right? But journey through the rearview mirror. You know, you see that somebody is driving, and they're looking in the rearview mirror, and they can see behind them.
Yeah.
This is 30 years in the USA.
Wow.
I'm looking back 30 years and I'm telling my story. I'm telling all the different things I've been through. People think, it's not everything.
Oh,
Jade, I can't cry. I mean, it's, and by the way, Americans are running to Ghana, you know that,
Really?
right? Yes. You don't even want to go there right now.
Okay. Maybe it's another topic for another day.
Yeah, but there's a lot happening. You know, I believe it's prophetic because the scriptures talks about the return, you know. Also, there's a lot brewing there. So Ghana is a great place.
Wow.
Ghana is a blessed land. You know, I don't know if people know it or not, but anytime I come to Ghana, my blood pressure goes from here to there.
Down.
You know?
Wow.
Yes, I love it here.
Wow.
I love
Anyway,
it.
interesting one there, being a bishop, being an author, being a singer and all that. But you have an upcoming event.
I do.
Yeah, let's talk about
I
that.
do, yes, sir. That is Life Givers Missions.
Yeah, celebrating
you know,
love.
Life Givers Missions. This is one of the past ones. I think it was 2022. Yes, and we had Apapa, all these different places. And basically, what is happening is tomorrow. Today's Friday.
Yeah.
It's happening tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
At Salem.
Yeah, that's Teshi Salem.
Teshi Salem.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, there's a little park in there.
Yeah.
There's a little park in there. There will be activities like soccer. You know, I wouldn't mind participating, but you know, I play for 15 minutes and I need to get off the park.
Get out.
Yes.
Okay.
But there'll be soccer. There'll be food.
Okay.
You know, the goal is to feed about 2,000, like I said,
Oh,
to serve
2,000.
2,000 hot meals. You know, emphasis on younger people, but with and the elderly as well. And there will also, most importantly, there will be a medical screening. You know, people walk around with unchecked medical conditions. So we're doing a heart check. We're doing all these different things there at Papa. By the way, there's a young man from Presec who has led Life Givers in the last 2 years. His name is Kofi Opoku.
Okay.
Yes, so he is, in the last 2 years, he has been at the forefront, leading the rest of us. My wife and I are founders of Life Givers, but he is currently, the guy who's leading the drive.
Life Givers.
Yes.
Wow.
And we do want people to donate.
Okay.
On our flyer, we have Momo.
Okay.
There are 2 numbers for Momo. And if you are watching from the U.S., we have Zelle, we have Cash App. You can send us donation. No size, no amount is too small.
Yeah.
If you give us 1 CD,
Yeah.
you give us water, we'll take it. You give us lightly used clothing. Hopefully you can donate your shirt. I like your shirt so much.
Thank you so much.
I like the brightness of it, and I like the combination with the blue.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So if you have the numbers, you'd want to share the numbers with us, or you don't really
To
have
tell you the truth, I don't have it memorized,
yeah,
but it's on one of the flyers
okay,
that
so
I
maybe
brought.
we can have the flyer on, and
yes, not this one.
not this one.
Not
this one as well. This one has been the previous ones that you've done, and all that. But if not,
okay, I remember there's 059 059. Is somebody going to type it up there?
I'm sure. Yeah, the producers are typing it.
So it's 059 469 3341.
Okay.
059 469 3341.
Okay.
Yes, that's a Momo. You know, send us a love offering. Send us something to help out. You know, because this is Christmas. You know, and that's why I put on my Christmas outfit.
Yeah,
anyway.
Beautiful one.
Thank you.
Okay, so before you take leave of us, it's been an interesting one, but now we are entering the festive season. We want to celebrate it and all that. Any word you want to share with the public, how we should go about the celebration and all that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Two things I want to say. Number one, Jesus is the reason for the seasons.
Yeah.
Okay? You can celebrate all you want, and we rightly should, but he's the reason for the season. God so loved the world that he gave his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. He was not born on Christmas Day, truth be told, but we commemorate that day. Can I look in that camera?
Yes.
That's the camera. Okay. We commemorate that day as a remembrance for his birth, eventually his burial, and his resurrection. Okay? The reason we're sharing, you know, doing all these things is not because no, we want to share the love of God.
Yeah.
We want to share the love of Christ. We want people to know that you are loved and that no matter what you're going through, God loves you. You know, secondly, I'll say be safe. Okay? Don't get crazy. I have two daughters who are here. Okay? They save and they come for Dirty December.
They save in the US,
man,
and come together for Dirty December.
You know what I mean? I can't even go to sleep because they're always out, and I'm like, y'all Negroes need to come home. You need to get your behind home. You know, I tell them I'm looking for a Ghanaian husbands for them. There's 29 and 27.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So if you're listening, put in your application.
Yeah.
I will screen you, but if you pass the test, I got you.
Interesting that you are. Interesting that you are. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Joe Kwapong, he's a bishop, author, and a singer. It's been an interesting conversation we've had with him.